Best thing about my drive to work.
The Morning Train with Darren. It's the best ride of the day. Iowa's favorite country, K97.
Man, he's already singing on the video and just rocking it out like he does. Hey, it is 21 before the top of the hour. We're at 51 degrees here in Fort Dodge. Sun is shining, partly sunny, high at 55, so we're not going to jump a whole lot. We do have that frost advisory that's going into effect in the overnight. I'll tell you all about it in K97 weather later. But our Thursday from Tennessee is in a whole different world today because our buddy, Joe Denim, he's in Arizona. He's in the Grand Canyon State getting ready for some gigs tonight. What's happening, buddy?
What's going on, Darren? How are you?
I'm doing well, man. It looks like you just got up about 8 minutes ago.
7, but I found out that the house blend here at the hotel apparently doesn't have Kahlua in it. And I asked him about it, and I'm like, "What's in the house blend?" And they said it was just coffee. And I'm like, "Well, you've never been to my house, then." So I'm dealing with that this morning. So other than that, I'm amazing.
He's never been to your house of pancakes by any means. He's never been to that Waffle House.
Yeah, we do things a little different around there. So
well, the blend is Kahlua and Ripple. There's no coffee involved.
Yeah, the cream is Irish cream, obviously.
Better known, made by the Bailey family. You know that
the Baileys, they're a good bunch of people. Those Baileys.
Buddy, you're in Arizona. Now, what part of Arizona are you in? You got some gigs going on. Good for you. I know you're happy to be back out and about again.
So happy. We're south of Phoenix in a town called Chandler, Arizona, and it's like the new up and coming place out here. And big shows coming up tomorrow night and Saturday night. I got in early, and the weather's beautiful. It was 103 yesterday and sunny.
Oh,
yeah, but it's a hot heat, you know.
It's one of those dry ones. One of those hot dry ones.
Yeah, I didn't know the state bird was a butane torch in Arizona. It's like, okay, it'll be like, they said, don't worry, it'll be like 80 when you play. I'm like, okay.
Wow.
It's going to be great, though. So it's beautiful.
102 yesterday. We were sitting at like 57 yesterday. It was chilly here in Iowa.
Well, come out here if you want to warm up. I mean, this is the place. Look at my glow. I'm glowing. Look at this. It's like.
You look like you got sunburn, or it's the just kind of the reflection of the hair onto the head.
I think it's that and the halogen lamp that they have in here in this room. It's like I feel like I'm sitting under the fryer at a Burger Wop. You know?
I was going to ask you, when I first saw you in our green room, so to speak, I was going to ask you, are you pregnant? Because you do have this just glow about you, man.
I've been eating the hell out of pickles lately. So I don't know what's been getting into me.
Yeah, and I know you told me you've been having some ice cream chaser with that, so I don't know what's going on, man.
Yeah, Ben and Jerry's last night, you know. So
that's where it happened, right there. But you were at Ben and Jerry's.
It's a visual joke for the kids at home.
Oh, hey, man. Always great things happening with you. I'm so glad that you're out and about again. And I tell you what, you got to, and I know it may be a little bit out of your way, but if you're south of Phoenix, you're not far off. You got to get to Carefree Highway, man. That's where Gordon Lightfoot, he wrote that song about it because he was on Highway 74, whatever it is, Carefree Highway right there.
Yep. Look, turning back the youth of waste. Yeah, I've got a Ford Raptor, so I might just drive out there today.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so maybe I'll go out the Carefree Highway.
You need to get right by the Carefree Highway sign, have your picture taken. You already kind of got a little bit of a Gordon Lightfoot look going on. So, you got it made.
I figure if Sammy Hagar, Gordon Lightfoot, and Mac Davis had a kid in a hot tub, it'd be me.
Who ended up pregnant?
Exactly. Yeah, I can't drive 65.
Hey, baby, don't get hooked on me. Whatever you do, all right? Just stop and smell the roses.
I know, right?
Hey, let's take a minute and talk about that because, the sad, terrible loss in the world of music. And knowing you for so long, I know you are like me. You have your different heroes for kind of different things. And I know that John Prine was your, as far as your musical inspiration goes and so forth. You said, what's his name from the Rolling Stones was your piano, kind of your favorite piano player.
Yeah, Chuck Leavell, yes, sir.
There you go. I totally forgot. And then I know that Mac Davis as a songwriter, because you're a songwriter as well, is a huge inspiration to you. And sadly, we lost him the other day at 78. Man, that's a tough loss.
Yeah, he. I remember hearing. I discovered what's the word I'm looking for? Ironically, I discovered the Gambler. We had the Gambler record as a little kid, and Oh Lord, It's Hard to Be Humble when I was probably like eight years old, and I mean that just left an impression. Obviously, still, and we were at a songwriter thing in Nashville. I ran into him several times in Nashville, and we were at the songwriter thing. He was doing the show at this little club, and last time I saw him was last spring, and it was Tin Pan South, and we got done with our shows, and somebody said, "Hey, Mac Davis is playing down the street." I'm like, "We're going." So we barged our way in through the back door and sat right down front, 6 feet from Mac Davis, and he's on stage playing, and there was this woman sitting at this table by herself, and I'm like, "Well, there's one seat left. I'm sitting there," so I just sat down next to her. Didn't know who she was, wasn't paying attention, and Mac Davis says, "Hey, listen, don't sit too close to my wife. I had hair just like yours a long time ago, and she likes that."
Other than the color, you do have, and Mac Davis, anybody who's not seen him in his younger years, that's exactly what his hair looked like.
Yeah, and I'm like, I've never tried to look that. It just showed up, but he's like, "Yeah, don't sit too close to my wife. She likes that kind of hair." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
That's great. He was such, I said this morning, I do that segment every morning at 6:40 called the Classic Tune Saloon. And today was in honor of Mac Davis. I did Baby Don't Get Hooked on Me, which is still my favorite Mac Davis tune.
Watching Scotty grow.
Exactly. Texas in My Rearview Mirror. I mean, there's so many great songs this guy did, and I played that yesterday for you, by the way.
Thank you. I heard. Thank you.
What you want to hear Wednesday. Also played Stop and Smell the Roses today, because it's amazing. That song from 1974 has such a strong message that we need today, because all of us get bogged down, man, with issues. All of us have terrible things happening. All of us have struggles, but man, just listen to that song, Stop and Smell the Roses by Mac Davis, 1974. And that is going to make you feel better, I promise. And what a great songwriter, man. Look at what he did for Elvis Presley. In the Ghetto, A Little Less Conversation. The guy did Broadway. He did TV with your buddy, Rodney Carrington. He, I don't know if you've seen this or not, JD, but 1979, he did a movie with Nick Nolte called North Dallas 40, which
I haven't seen that.
Oh my, you got to watch it. Seriously. Mac Davis is like, he's got a huge starring role in this movie. He plays the quarterback of a football team called the North Dallas Bulls, right? Mm-hmm. And it's just a spoof, so to speak, on the Dallas Cowboys of the 70s, because the movie was made in 1979. Nick Nolte's this wide receiver that's kind of getting old, fledgling wide receiver. It's just hilarious. It's got a lot of dramatic scenes, but it's hilarious too. And Mac Davis is so funny in that movie. So yeah, North Dallas 40, I'm telling you, if you've not, to all of our viewers and listeners as well, if you've not seen North Dallas 40, you got to see it. Mac Davis was outstanding in that movie. So was Nick Nolte. It's just a great movie all the way around.
Fans of both of them, I'll definitely check it out. But I was looking the other day, and it's like nobody has filled the shoes of a Mac Davis. The fact of just being, funny and making a joke out of everything. I don't know if you've seen some of the stuff on YouTube, but man, you just spend hours just laughing because he was that guy. So I don't know. I just think there needs to be more of that in this world.
I watched the YouTube video that you posted yesterday, him and Kenny Rogers.
It's so funny, right? Yeah,
it is, man. He's on stage live, and he's just got the whole crowd into the thing, man. It's just hilarious.
Yeah, more of that. That's what we need. So
absolutely, tragic loss, terrible loss. 78 years old. I know this is a whole different thing, but I also think it's sad that we lost Helen Reddy. Also 78 the same day. Helen Reddy had a lot of hits. She actually took Tanya Tucker's Delta Dawn to #1 a year later on the pop side. Of course, I Am Woman. That was a huge anthem for females, for women, even nowadays. But Helen Reddy, she passed away the same day. I don't know if you saw or not, but I found a picture of Mac Davis and Helen Reddy together that I posted.
I saw that. Yesterday. Yes. Yep, that was a great deal.
So yeah, couple of tough losses, and I know Mac Davis impacted you directly. Have you talked to Rodney Carrington? How's he handling this? I know it's a tough one for him.
Called me last night, but I didn't take it because at 3 a.m, I guess that's an up all nighter. I look through my phone in the morning and see who's called me, and I'm like, man, I'm sure glad my phone was on silent last night. But I'll see him in Nashville in a couple of weeks. He's coming to Nashville, so bar the door. It's not going to be a whiskey or a cigar safe in that area.
I remember just a few months ago when we were getting ready to do our Thursday from Tennessee, and I messaged you at about 5 a.m. And you said to me, "Hey, don't worry about it. I'm still up. I've been with Rodney Carrington all night long at 5 a.m. What? I'm starting my work day."
Yeah, well, he doesn't have any batteries for his sundial, so he loses track of time. I'm like, oh, man, we need to sleep at some point. He's like, not really.
Doesn't he have a new video out, a new movie or a new song out?
Yeah. Yes, he does. Called "Tie My Shoes."
That's it.
You should, go check that out if you put the kids up. But yeah, go watch that.
That's awesome stuff, man. That's awesome stuff. Hey, I messaged you yesterday. I had a couple of requests for "Let's All Get Along" Mac from Joe Denim. I had one caller call and say, "Can I hear some Joe Denim?" And I said, "Absolutely. What would you like to hear?" He goes, "They're all great. You pick one." So
nice.
I tried to find you singing "Inagata Davida" or "Happy Birthday," but I don't have either one of those. or "Inagata Davida" has a "Happy Birthday." One of the three, but I couldn't find any of those.
I ran into a guy here the other day, and he's like, "Man, I'm a huge fan, Joe Denim, very big." I said, "Cool. What's your favorite song?" He goes, "Man, John Deere Green." I was like, all right, you're close.
So you should come out in honor of Joe Diffie, and I know Joe is a friend of yours as well. You need to come out with like John Deere Blue or something like that.
John Deere Blue would be a good one.
Yeah.
Well, John Deere Yellow. Yellow never gets any credit on the John Deere thing. It's just as important as the green. Why don't they say John Deere Yellow? That's it. I'm gonna write a song called John Deere Yellow.
John Deere Yellow. There you go. Hey, by the way, I don't know if you can tell or not, but in my video here, if you look, I got to get my fingers in the right direction. Right over there, there's that Joe Denim flag
I see
in
that.
our studio there.
Yeah,
I can't even do that. It would be tough for me to be a weather person because the green screen would drive me nuts.
Can you imagine me like there's a big front coming through?
That's about all I can do is, we got that. We're going to have sunshine today. You got it all covered that way. A little bit of rain.
Later. Unbelievable.
Oh, so hey, is A1? She told me she's flying in to meet you in Arizona tonight, and so things are going to go well. What's the name of the place that you're staying at, by the way? Hey, look at this. My future son-in-law message. Chandler, Arizona is where Ricky Thornton Jr. Hometown is. Great modified driver, and then he goes on to say it's a beautiful place. Yeah, it is. It is amazing out here. It's kind of like it's like the West Coast, but like the inner thigh of the West Coast. Oh, that's even better. So yeah, it's amazing. Can't believe I just thought of that. That's where you want to be very, very delicate in that. Yeah. It's a slippery slope out here in Chandler. Yeah, so, you saw that on the welcome sign, didn't you? Welcome to Chandler, Arizona. It's a slippery slope. Yeah, the inner thigh. The inner thigh. That's awesome. So you're playing. Where you playing at tonight or tomorrow night? I mean, where are you playing tomorrow night? We're playing at this. It's a pavilion down here, right across from City Hall. So we're going to find out what time the noise ordinance starts. It's Chandler. If you've never been to Chandler, I came out here. I don't know, 15, 18 years ago. Spent a lot of time out here, and it was nice, but it was very historic and kind of. It was just in need of repair, and in the last 15 years, they have blown this place into like a destination that's unbelievable, but they've kept the historicness of it. But it's new. There's a lot of new stuff, and it's beautiful. And we're going to be playing at a area in between. It's a kind of like a pavilion in between a couple restaurants, and they do all the social distancing and all that stuff. We were going to play inside at a place called the Distillery, but now we're outside because of the COVID stuff. But they've got a great venue. We got a lot of good friends from the Conservatory of Sound out here working with us. So it's going to be an amazing show. And if you're anywhere close to Chandler, drop what you're doing and get out here and see us tomorrow. Friday night, 8 o'clock is when we start. And we're going to play until the cops show up. So, which will be about 8:04. About 8:07. Get there quick. Get your 7 minutes in. Get your ticket worth. That's what you want right there. They say we could go till about midnight, so we're probably going to see if we can get to 1 o'clock. So we'll see what happens. Oh, that's awesome, man! That's not like you to push the limit like that. Are you kidding? Well, the neat thing is City Hall is literally right across the street, so it won't take them long to get here. So. Oh no, entire council over, going, okay,
Yeah.
all right.
We're working up a version of Eric Clapton, "I Shot the Sheriff" right now. So,
oh, hey, that's a little welcome. That's right. That's good.
That'll do it.
Nothing like marking your territory when you come to Chandler, Arizona.
But I did not shoot the deputy. So.
Yeah. Okay, Eric. That's a great tune, by the way, though.
It's amazing. Was
You ought to just do that song. What's that?
What?
You ought to
JJ
just
Cale
do that.
originally? Didn't he do that first? Who did that first? The I Shot the Sheriff. Was that Clapton? But Bob Marley did it. I think JJ Cale did it. Yeah.
Did J. Cale do it first? I thought Marley did.
I think he did now. I just made that up.
Well, perfect. There you go. And before that, it was Robert De Niro. He did his own
Robert De Niro. Yeah, and Bruce Willis is a cop. So.
He was the deputy that didn't get shot.
Yeah, at Christmas.
in a tower in Nakatomi Plaza. That's what
what was that guy's name? What was the bad guy's name on that thing?
It was Hans Gruber.
Hans Gruber, yes. That'd be a great name for a band.
That'd be a great name for a kid. I think you guys should have another one and name him Hans Gruber.
Hans Gruber, get out of there.
I'm the youngest of 10, as you know. You could just give your kids a number. That's what my mom eventually did. Because by the time she got through the entire name list, trying to get to the one that was in trouble, she just started saying, "You know what? 10, that's you."
Yep, you just wear a number. It's so great.
Speaking of, now you just said the line that I say is your signature phrase. When are you going to have the "It's so good" to her? Because you say so good about so many things.
Well, that's what we're out here working on, and I can't say Arizona without saying so good, because it's so good out here. So we'll see. There's a whole bunch of people coming in. We got a lot of deals getting cut on this deal. So we'll see what happens. I hope soon.
Brother. That's awesome. Wait, we got to get you back up to Iowa. We'll keep talking about that, but it's got to happen, man.
Okay, it will. For Christmas, we're coming up to do a Christmas K97 appreciation day or something. Let's make it happen.
Oh my! Well, I'll make sure that the adult bars know all about that.
I mean, hey, we'll tip charity. Charity works down there at the Buff Buck down there at that pole barn dancing deal. So we can do it.
And every Christmas guest starring is Holly Jolly. She'll be in as well. So
old Holly Jolly.
She's another great one. Like Holly.
Why don't you jump on my lap and tell me what you really want for Christmas?
Hey, here's $1. Can you give me change? Hey man, let's
I'll pay you $20 to put your clothes back on. It's early
brother.
In Arizona.
Here we go. This is why A1 keeps saying you and I need to get together to start doing podcasts and do our own stage show, man. You never know what you're going to say, never know what we're going to do. Best 48 minutes about nothing.
What would it be called if we had a podcast?
Whew.
I think it would be called the Active Podcast. That was a national disaster. It's the Active Podcast.
It's the that or it's the Inseminated Podcast. One of the two. We'll come up with something. Who knows?
Yeah, I love it.
Hey, brother, we're going to let you scoot on out of here. I know you want to rest a little more before you get to your gig. I know you got other things to do as well. As always, appreciate you taking the time to be on. Next week, you're going to be back in Tennessee, in the Volunteer State?
I think.
Okay. Well, for now, anyway.
Yeah, for now. I know I'm flying back there at one point, so we'll see what happens.
Folks, just so you know, he won't know when he gets on the plane. He won't know when he's flying, and he won't have any idea where they're going to.
Here's the other thing. Right now on the planes, they're not allowing any alcohol on the planes.
They're not?
No, at the airport, you can't drink on a plane. I wish that one of your K97ers out there would back me up on this, but they're like, get to the airport, and they're like, you can't have any alcohol. There's no alcohol served on the plane. And I'm like, I've got all these drink tickets. I have a bandolero full of drink tickets. And I'm like, excuse me, these are still good vouchers. Anyway,
I traded in my frequent flyer miles for these drink tickets. And
frequent flyer miles. No, we didn't drink tickets. So they're not doing alcohol on the flights right now. And I'm like, look now. And I got into this discussion. I'm like, now of all times, is we need alcohol on the flights. And I smuggled mine in a coffee cup. And the lady says, "Is that coffee?" And I'm like, "Yes." And she goes, "Is that all?" And I'm like, "Yes, that's it. Just coffee."
Yeah. See, they obviously had no idea who you were because that would have been lab tested right away.
Never mind, it was full of ice, and it sounded like Michael J. Fox with a set of utility keys, but they didn't. They bought it. They're like, all right, it's iced coffee. So off I went.
Iced coffee. That's all it is.
To go.
In a Bacardi cup. Don't worry about it. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy. Just before we let you go, I had another great viewer here. She said we should call our podcast Nuts and Mud because that's what I said our ice cream flavor should be. Remember we were talking about ice cream a couple weeks ago?
Yeah.
And you said, what would we call an ice cream that you and I would make? And I said Nuts and Mud. And you thought I said Butts and Mud.
Oh my God, I don't even like how she spelled it. It just sounds dirty. What's her name? Kimberly? Is that her name?
Kimberly.
Kimberly. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, unless they want to go with the Italian.
It's Kimberly on de Camaro. That's all.
Kim, he appreciates it. Trust me. Hey, buddy, you have a great time in Arizona. We're jealous that we can't be with you there, but hang in there. Have a great time. Good luck at the gig tomorrow. I know you probably have this in your repertoire already or in your lineup already, but hey, do a Mac Davis tribute song as well.
I'm going to break it down mid-set and do it like we did up there at the Surf Ballroom when we did that American Pie thing when we were up there a long time ago. You remember that?
I introed you down.
Yeah, I know. I was there, I think. Anyway, I'll do some Mac Davis tomorrow night. I can't wait.
Yeah, you came to me. You came to me when I arrived at the Surf. You and I were hanging out. Of course, you said, "Hey, man, you need to intro me on stage." And I said, "Oh, it'd be an honor," because you were playing with Jared Neiman and Joe Diffie that night. And so what a party the four of us anyway. So I go out on stage and I'm in awe because of it's the Surf, right? I mean, it's where Buddy Holly and Richie Valens and J.P. Richardson, the Big Bopper, did their last show. So many other legends. And then I introduce you, and all of a sudden I hear a clunking sound and a big thud, and then I see this refrigerator cart come wheeling out with Denim on it. Propped you up by your keyboards there, and just let him go.
He'll be done in a minute. He'll be fine.
And then in 2 weeks, we'll tell him that he played the Surf. It'll all be good.
Yeah. Look at according to the pictures, I was at the Surf.
Hey, buddy, love you, man. Look forward to talking to you next week, and let me know how the show goes, all right?
All right, I'll see you. Have fun.
All right, buddy. Take care, brother.
All right, see you.
See ya. Our buddy Joe Denim, man, every single week. Once again, you never know. You never know what we're going to say, what we're going to talk about. Look at AC. Kimberly comes back and says, y'all crack me up. I can't wait to listen. So glad Joe came back. Yeah, he wasn't never gone. He just had to go from once a week to once a month because of his backstage backyards business that he started. He's very, very busy. And Joe, thanks for that too, man. You guys make me laugh. It's just zany. You ought to see us when we're together in person. I appreciate the compliments, but if you think this is fun, next time he gets up in this area, I will let everybody know ahead of time, and we'll just have a gathering. And you might want to bring some extra trousers because you're probably going to wet yourself a few times. We just get completely out of control. Anyway, I look forward every week to having him on the air with me. Of course, he and I talk very, very much throughout the week as well. Love the man. Joe Denim, Thursday from Tennessee, today in Arizona. Coming up in just a little bit, we're going to roll right into the 9 o'clock hour on the morning train, and Kip Moore, he is waiting there for us. You stay right here on Iowa's favorite country, the morning train, only on K97.